It's quite funny why the women think that they can replace a man. Before you guys go with that kind of ideology about being able to replace a man like when you snap your finger, I want to ask, do we disagree or do we agree that it's easy for a woman to find a dick? It's easy for a woman to find a sexual partner. But it's not easy for that same woman to find a man. When I mean a man, I'm not referring to the gender, like it has to be a male. No. Every dick is a male. You know what I'm saying? But when you're talking about a man, that one that suits what you seek, that one that is ready to be with you, not the one that is ready to feel you. You cannot replace a man. Don't ever get it into your head that you can replace a man. You leaving one man to the other man is not a replacement. Because at the end of the whole day, the idea of replacing should be from an angle where you are the alpha, where you're the one to call the shot, where you're the one to make a decision. If you leave your boyfriend just to come and be with me, in your head, you had replaced him with me. But the question is, to me, are you my woman or you're my sex toy? So you don't replace a man. A man can replace you. He can mess up with you for 5 years and end up marrying your best friend. That is replacement. Not being in a relationship with you for 5 years to end up being in another relationship with another, that is not replacement. A man has the power to replace. No matter how rich you are as a woman, the honor you get is for a man to boldly propose to you. You and I will agree that even if you're the richest woman in the world, you would not be happy to want to give the man all your wealth, all your riches, just for him to propose to you. It will make no sense to you. It's like you're buying a man. A man is not coming to keep you. Which is why most oftentimes women would think they have a lot of money and they can replace a man, ends up keeping a boy. You're replacing me for a boy, for the one you can push around, for the one you can summon, for the one you can control, for the one which your opinion is the only opinion that needs to be considered on the table. That is not a replacement. That is you suffering and smiling at the same time. Women don't replace men. It is a man that replaces a woman. Because when you come to replace men, what are you replacing? If I need to change Jane to Cynthia being the man, my voice will still be heard. What I want will still be done. We are not talking about gender equalities here. You guys don't get it wrong. Because for whatever a man can do, a woman can do better. We're not talking about that. That is why even the good book said the man is the head of the house. So no matter how much a woman has or she has gathered, no matter the status of a woman, she has to be under a man It means that you cannot replace a man, but a man can replace you. If you are my wife, you run out of my house to be with another man, you are not marrying that man. That man is marrying you. And you become a wife to the other man. The real sense of replacement is dominion, dominant. If you replace me to someone else, it still does not change the fact that you're going to bully him. It still does not change the fact that you're going to control him. A man is a man, and a man wants what he wants for himself. A man can meet a woman right now and choose to marry her without even getting to know her. That is his choice. A man can meet a woman right now and choose to want to know her for the longest time before proposing marriage. That is his choice. But a woman cannot meet a man today and say, I want to marry you today, and it happened. If you feel that is a man, then I want you to go look at that gender properly. Maybe you might be dealing with a toy man. The idea of replacement is the idea where your opinion are being taken into consideration, where you have the power to make a role and it stands. If you leave your relationship thinking in your head that you're replacing him with me, do not forget that when you get into my life, you got to start a new chapter with me. You have to go in line with what I need in a woman. If your errors as to why you replace him with me, then you got to be kidding, because you're going to come to me and I'm going to give you my own prospect too. Women cannot replace a man. The same way a woman cannot boldly hit her chest and say he's my man for marriage. No matter the confidence you have in a man that is going to marry you, he might end up failing you. But when the man has that mindset of making you his wife, he will make sure he makes it happen. He can gallivant through the whole women and still marry you. But you cannot gallivant to 10 men and expect one of them who is aware that the other two is accessing the woman in you just the same way he is doing, and expecting to marry you. The glory of every man is understanding that no one accesses the woman in his woman. That is what men actually see, and that is why a man wouldn't find it convenient seeing his woman in bed with another man. We are not dealing with gender equality here. We are just coming out with a common sense. If you leave me for another man, don't forget, you are starting another administration. It's like when a new president is being sworn in. He comes in with his own prospect. He comes in with his own proposal. He comes in with his own action. The countries voted him to be sworn in as the next president, which the country is regarded in this term as the woman. But when he gets into the office, he wants the country to understand that him right now is in charge. That is how it is. But I can choose to run the country the way I want, because that is what I desire. That is my opinion. That is my choice. That is what needs to be done. That is like the power of the man to a woman. If you leave him To think that you are replacing him with me and you're not submissive to me, you do not have a home. So think about it, especially for the people who feel like they got options. Real people in an option. What is an option? You want to replace me? Now you cannot replace me because no one can be me. I'm the real version of myself. And if you think that you got options, then you got to be kidding. For in a real sense, average people who has the mindset of I got a lot of options has ended up losing good people because they feel like options is like a stone. Diamonds are not optional, but stones are optional. So whenever you feel like you got options, begin to look into your options and see if your options are of value. Because if your options are of value, they will not be an option to you. What is an option? What is like a substitute? What is the ideology of plan B? The ideology of plan B is if plan A does not go well, plan B has to be put into effect. That's optional. But if I need a black diamond is what I need. If I need a yellow diamond, it is what I need. If I need a red diamond, it's what I need. If I need a green diamond, it is what I need. That's not optional. I know what I'm going for. I know what I need, and what I need is of value. They are not optional. You can see them. All you need to do is go for what you feel like you can afford. It is of value. You don't easily find a diamond shop just in every random environment, but you can find a silver shop where they sell 95 silvers. You can find them randomly everywhere. Those are options. When you lose that one, you go get another. But when it comes to diamonds, when you lose it, before you get another, you know that you are investing something of value to get it back. So when you get it in your head that you got options, I want to ask you, if your options were really of value, why are they options? Why do you want to replace them in your life because you have another that you feel like is an option? Or why do you want to bring your option to replace your error? If that man was the best man for you, why then do you have to wait for you to have a problem in your relationship before you can bring him in? It means you never saw the value in him. It means he was not of value, because if he was of value, you would have already known before your relationship went haywire. You would have already known that this man is the real man for me, who has all the values I need in a man, who has everything I need in a man. So there will be no point for me settling for less when I'm seeing what I need. Why do you have to wait for this relationship to go south than for you to open the door for him? That means he's like the one you are leaving. That is what it really fails in the real sense of you trying to think that you've got options. You're going to end up losing a lot of people. So you cannot replace a man. The same way you can find dicks easily and not easily find a man. And if you feel like replacing a man is easy, what happened to all the women who left their exes and yet they're still single? Because when you want to replace him, you go with the mentality that you need something much more better. But the question is, do you just find, even if you find that man that is better for you, the question is he really interested to keep you? So think about it. That's just an insight for the women.